Hi, my music lovers! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Gabby, and I know there wasn't a score stories video for a very long time, but I'm back. You know, like Phoenix from the ashes, I woke up and decided to record this video today. Also, today I plan to record reaction videos, which should be on my channel before that video, so go check it out. Just saying. And today I will be talking about scores from How to Train Your Dragon 3. So, the hidden world. So, this will be the end of How to Train Your Dragon scores. I do not plan of making videos about scores from the TV shows of How to Train Your Dragon or the special episodes or the mini movies. There's a lot, like a lot of those. So I'm not planning to do that. We're just doing How to Train Your Dragon 3 and that's the end, unfortunately. Although I'm thinking about making the first video again because, like, in the previous video, I think I was talking about like 13 or 14 scores. Today, it's also gonna be like 12, and in the first video, I was talking about 5 of them. So, you know. Also, I decided not to wear my glasses for this video because I did my makeup and I was like, I'm not gonna cover it with my glasses, come on. So now I'm kind of blind, so I hope that I will be able to read the script. So wish me luck. But yeah, let's start, let's begin. So, as in all 3 movies, the composer for all the scores is John Powell. Yeah, I don't think I will be saying his name again in this video. I think. So, let's go to the first score. And the first score is Ryder's Return to Busy Burke. And it's 5 minutes and 26 seconds long. And at the beginning, we have light percussion, string ostinatos, and folk color. And it sets the bustling atmosphere of Burke. The energy is moderate and forward moving. And it is the opening cue, and we have a visual montage set up, and it gives us this warm up for Assemble. And the next part of the score is full thematic statement. We have brass and strings, and the rhythm is like driving, and the energy is bright and confident. And this is the core identity of Burke. It's a good place to anchor tempo. In this next part, the texture is like counterlines in woodwinds. We have rhythmic strings, and the harmony expands but stays tonal. And the energy builds without peaking. And we have this transitional scoring and secondary visual action. And then we have like more active percussion. And brass is stronger and rhythmic. Energy is clearly rising. And this is the action preparation and crowd of flight build-up. Then we have the bold restatement of Burke theme. The orchestration, it's a full orchestra and wide voicing. Energy is high and celebratory. And this is the major visual payoff and heroic return moments. And the next part, in this part we have lighter orchestration and rhythmic shifts. And it feels slightly cheeky, like folk dense energy. And the energy drops slightly but stays lively. And the use of that part is character interaction and comedic bits. After that, we have the final build-up. Harmony is rising progression, and percussion is driving and it's layered. Energy is escalating toward climax, and the use of that is final action montage or return to form sequence, which we can see on screen at that time. And after that, we have the full force theme and maximum orchestration. The energy is peak, and the use of that is just visual climax and emotional high point. And at the very end, we have the resolution. And we have the gradual release of texture and sustained harmony. The energy resolves with confidence, and the use of that is just scene ending and credits transition, and obviously emotional landing. The next score is called Legend Has It / Cliffside Playtime, and it's 4 minutes and 21 seconds long. And in the opening we have low strings, restrained brass, and subtle percussion. Harmony is modal and slightly mysterious. Energy is calm and anticipatory, and the use of that is exposition, storytelling, and establishing lore. And the next theme is Legend Theme Statement. The melody is broad, and we have noble lines like horns and strings. The orchestration is warm but contained. And the energy is confident, heroic, but not explosive. And the use of that is introducing the idea of legacy or myth. And after that, we have the part where texture is thinning with orchestration, and we have gentle rhythmic pulse. Harmony shifts toward lighter tonal color, and the energy, we have the gradual release in energy, and the use of that is just visual transition and emotional softening. And after that, the playtime begins. That's why there is a slash in the title, and there's like 2 titles actually. This is like the cliffside playtime beginning. And we have playful ostinati and bouncing figures. Woodwinds are active, and we have these nimble lines of woodwinds. Energy is light, curious, and joyful. And the use of that is just character play and discovery and innocence. And then we have the playful development, the texture. We have layered strings, rhythmic accents, and after that we have the motivic work and the fragments passed between sections. Energy is moderately building but still playful. And the use of that is just movement, exploration, and interaction. Then we have lift and motion. Percussion is more present but not heavy. Harmony is ascending with patterns, and energy is upward and buoyant. And use of that is just cliffside moment, gilding or climbing visuals. Near the end, we have the warm peak and emotional bloom. Melody is expounded by lyrical statement. Orchestration is strings, horns, and open voicing. Energy is emotional, high, but without full action intensity. And the use of that is just bonding moment and visual beauty reveal. And at the very end, we have the gentle resolution. The texture is stripped back, and we have sustained chords. Ending is soft, reassuring, And energy is settled and content. And the use of that is just closing scene and reflective. The next score is called Toothless Smitten, and it's 3 minutes and 15 seconds long. And at the beginning we have soft strings. The harmony is warm, simple, and slightly tentative. Energy is intimate but restrained. And the use of that is the first glance and emotional curiosity. Then we have Toothless Theme. And the melody is lyrical, and we have innocent lines with strings and solo horn. Orchestration is small and transparent. Energy is growing affection, and the use of that is emotional identification with Toothless. After that, the rhythm changes slightly. We have light ostinatos, and woodwinds are gentle with counter melodies. Energy is like shy and slightly awkward charm. And the use of that is flirtation and hesitant interaction. And after that, we have the romantic flight. Harmony is expanding with chords and upward motion. Strings are with broader range, and the energy is warm and heartfelt. And the use of that is the emotional realization of bonding moment. After that, we have the smitten peak, and the melody, we have the full romantic statement at that point. Orchestration, we have lush strings and soft brass support. Energy is emotional, high, and we have this sincere and open feeling about that. And the use of that is visual and emotional payoff, which we can see on the screen. At the very end, we have the soft resolution. The texture is thinning back to solo lines. Harmony is settled and reassuring cadences can be heard. Energy is calm and contented, and the use of that is closing scene and gentle emotional baton. The next score is called Night Fury Kill, and it's 3 minutes and 35 seconds long. At the beginning we have low strings, bass, brass, and pulsing percussion. Harmony is dark, static, and we have minor mode tension. Energy is menacing and restrained. And the use of that is villain presence and danger revealed. The next part is predator motive emerges. The rhythm is repetitive, and we have stalking ostinatos. Orchestration, we have low strings and taiko style drums. The energy is focused and controlled with aggression. Use of that is hunter versus hunted dynamic. After that, we have the escalation. The texture is, we have faster string figures, sharper brass hints. The harmony is with rising tension and limited resolution. The energy is increasing with urgency. The use of that is pre-chase tension and tightening stakes. And after that, we have the first impact. Percussion is with heavy accents, and we have rhythmic hits. Brass is short and with brutal gestures. The energy is with violent spikes. The use of that is initial clash and attack moment. And then the rhythm is continuous and motoric pulse can be heard. Orchestration, we have full low orchestra engaged. The energy is sustained aggression, and the use of that is prolonged pursuit or struggle. After that, we have heightened danger. Harmony is rising with chromatic tension. Texture is dense, and we have compressed orchestration. Energy is near maximum intensity, and the use of that is stakes peak and imminent outcome. And then we have the brutal climax. The melody, we have minimal rhythm and impact dominant. Orchestration, we have full force brass and percussion. The energy is explosive and unforgiving. The use of that is decisive, violent moment. And at the very end, we have the aftermath. The texture, we have sudden thinning of texture and low sustained tones. The harmony is unresolved, and the energy is ominous and unsettling. The use of that is lingering threat and the end of the scene. The next score I chose for today's video is called Third Date, and it's 6 minutes and 48 seconds long. At the beginning we have soft strings with sparse accompaniment. Harmony is warm but cautious, and the energy is gentle and uncertain. And the use of that is re-entering an emotional space and awkward calm. Next, we have the romantic theme. The melody is lyrical and understated. Orchestration, we have strings with light woodwind color. And the energy is hopeful, but with restrained affection. And the use of that is emotional connection without commitment yet. Next, we have playful interaction. We have light rhythmic motion, and we have woodwinds fluttering and with conversational lines. The energy is curious and flirtatious, and the use of that is visual interaction with gentle comedy. After that, there is growing confidence. Harmony expands upwards, and we have more open voicings, strings, longer phrases, and less fragmentation can be heard. Orchestration, we have broader ensemble and brighter colors. Energy, playful joy with forward momentum. The use of that is movement, flying, and shared discovery. Next is romantic lift. Melody is full, and expressive statement can be clearly heard. Orchestration, lush strings and supportive horns. Energy, this is where the emotional peak begins. The use of that is real emotional connection moment. And after that we have emotional suspension. We have sustained chords and gentle inner motion. Harmony holds tension without resolving. Energy is tender and vulnerable. The use of that is intimate pause, emotional hesitation. And after that we have affection reaffirmed. Melody, theme returns with warmer and more confident. Orchestration is rich but controlled, and the energy is secure and sincere. The use of that is acceptance and emotional agreement. Near the end, the texture, we have thinning orchestration and long phrases. Harmony is settling toward resolution, and the energy is contentment and calm happiness. The use of that is emotional settling and visual beauty. And at the end we have gentle resolution. Texture is minimal with soft ending. Harmony is clear, peaceful, and the energy is resolved but tender. And the use of that is seen closer. The next score is called Furies in Love, and it's 3 minutes and 3 seconds long. At the opening, we have soft strings and light harmonic support. Harmony is warm, simple, and slightly tentative. Energy is intimate and cautious. The use of that is quiet connection and emotional setup. And after that, affection theme emerges completely. Melody is lyrical and we have tender statement. Orchestration, we have strings with subtle woodwind color. Energy is growing warmth, and the use of that is emotional recognition and shared interest. After that, we have the playful motion. Rhythm, we have light ostinato with bouncing figures. Texture is transparent and nimble. Energy is curious and flirtatious. And then we have the romantic flight. The harmony is with expanding chords and upward phrasing. Strings are broader with legato lines, and energy is giving us this emotional deep. And the use of that is emotional realization and bonding moment. Then we have the love theme peak. Melody is full with expansive statements. Orchestration, we have lush strings and soft horn support. The energy is emotional high point and sincere. Use of that is visual and emotional payoff. And then we have afterglow. That's what I called it, at least. Texture, we have sustained harmony, gentle motion. The energy is calm and content. The use of that is shared stillness and emotional breath. At the end, we have the soft resolution. Texture is minimal with fading textures. And harmony is clear and we have peaceful cadence. Energy is settled and tender. And the use of that is scene closure. The next score I chose is called Kill Dragons, and it's 5 minutes and 3 seconds long. At the beginning we have low strings, bass, brass, and distant percussion. Harmony is dark, static, and the energy is threatening and restrained. The use of that is obviously villain presence and impending danger. And after that, the killer motive locks in. The rhythm is heavy with ostinato and pounding low pulse. Percussion is low drums but dominant. Energy is focused on aggression, and the use of that is Drago's force introduced intimidation. After that we have escalation. Texture, we have layered rhythmic figures in strings and brass. Harmony, we have minimal movement and tension is driven. Energy is relentless with rising pressure, and the use of that is advancing threat and preparation for violence. Next is first clash. The brass is played with sharp stabs and brutal accents. Percussion is accented and it hits and breaks. Energy is sudden spike in violence. The use of that is initial confrontation or attack. After that we have sustained assault. Rhythm is continuous with motoric drive. Orchestration, we have full low orchestra engaged. The energy is oppressive and the use of that is prolonged combat, overwhelming force. And then we have heightened danger. Harmony is rising chromatic tension, and texture is dense and compressed with orchestration. Energy is near maximum intensity, and the use of that is just stakes peak and chaos on the screen. And then we have the brutal peak. Melody is virtually absent, rhythm and impact dominant. And orchestration, we have full brass and percussion at maximum. Energy is explosive, and the use of that is turning point, domination or devastation. And then near the end, we have the aftermath pressure. Texture is reduced but still heavy. Harmony is dark and unresolved. Energy is lingering with danger, and the use of that is fallout and continued threat. And at the very end, we have low, sustained tones with sparse hits. Harmony is grim with unresolved cadence, and the energy is ominous and foreboding. The use of that is just sing ending with threat impact. The next score I chose is called The Hidden World, and it's 5 minutes and 16 seconds long, and it's with Yonsei. I still have problem pronouncing that name.
Yonsei.
I think that's correct. I think the Google is correct. So, let's get into it. At the beginning we have low strings and soft choir-like pads with subtle shimmer. The harmony is modal and suspended and unresolved. Energy is quiet and we have this anticipation. The use of that is first glimpse of a known world revealed. Then we have world theme and it emerges. Melody is broad, we have noble lines with horns and high strings. Orchestration is slowly expanding ensemble, and the energy is wonder and majesty. Use of that is just visual reveal and scale and beauty. Then we have exploration. Rhythm is with gentle pulse, and we have flowing inner figures. Texture is transparent and layered. Energy is curious and sincere. And the use of that is just movement through environment and discovery. Then we have rising progression of harmony and widening voicings. Orchestration is with fuller strings and subtle brass support. Energy, we have this emotional lift and amazement. The use of that is expanding vistas and visual sweep. Then we have emotional bloom. Melody is lyrical with heartfelt statement. Orchestration, we have warm strings, horns, and soft choir color. Energy is emotional peak without aggression, and the use of that is personal connection to the place. Then we have reflection. Texture, we have sustained harmony and minimal motion. Harmony holds tension gently, and the energy is reverent and introspective. The use of that is quiet contemplation and emotional pause. After that, the theme returns with richer voicing. Orchestration, we have broader ensemble and glowing tone. Energy is uplifted and hopeful. Use of that is reaffirmation of beauty and meaning. And near the end, we have gradual thinning of texture and descending figures. Harmony is soft and the resolution begins. Energy is calm and settled. The use of that is scene preparing to close. And at the very end, we have minimal texture and sustained ending. Harmony is with peaceful cadence, and energy is sincere and complete. And that's ending the scene. The next score I chose is Armada Battle, and it's 8 minutes and 40 seconds long. At the very beginning, we have low strings and distant percussion with restrained brass. Harmony is dark with static tension, and energy is low but ominous. Use of that is enemy armada revealed, and the scale is established. Then we have heavy ostinato. Percussion is with low drums and it's dominant. Energy is rising and it's mechanical. And the use of that is field mobilization and battle preparation. And then we have first engagement. Brass is with aggressive stabs and calls. Strings, we have rapid figures with high tension, and the energy is high but controlled. The use of that is initial clash and tactical exchanges, and then the battle expands. Texture is with layered rhythms and overlapping motifs. Harmony is minimal with resolution and pursuit driven. Energy is escalating chaos. The use of that is multiple battle fronts and confusion. And after that, melody is fragmented, heroic, and material with horns and trumpets. Orchestration, we have full orchestra with brighter color, and the energy is defiant and surge. Use of that is heroes push back and momentum shifts. Then we have overwhelming force. Rhythm is heavier and slower pounding pulse can be heard. Brass is dark with crushing statements. Energy, it's massive and oppressive. The use of that is enemy dominance and darker spikes. After that, the texture is continuing motoric motion. Percussion is dense with layered hits. Energy is sustained and we can feel this intensity. And after that, we have rising harmonic motion. The melody, we have brief harmonic figures emerge, and the energy is urgent, hopeful, but under pressure. And next, we have all-out assault. Orchestration is on maximum density. Rhythm is fast and relentless. Energy is near peak chaos, and the use of that is full battle engagement. Then we have the climatic battle peak. Brass and percussion are in full force. Melody is mostly submerged under rhythm. Energy is in maximum intensity, and the use of that is decisive combat moment. Near the end, we have the collapse. Texture suddenly drops with broken phrases. Harmony is fragmented and unstable. Energy, we have this energy of falling but violent. And the use of that is enemy falters and battlefield chaos. And at the very end, the texture, we have thinning orchestration, harmony begins to stabilize, and energy, we have tension releasing. And the use of that is outcome becomes clear. For the closing of this scene, we have low strings, restrained brass. And the energy is heavy and reflective. The use of that is just, we see aftermath and emotional weight. The next score I chose is called As Long as He's Safe, and it's 6 minutes and 28 seconds long. At the beginning we have solo piano and soft strings, and it's very sparse. Harmony is minor, suspended, and unresolved. Energy, we have very low energy and it's fragile. And the use of that is loss acknowledged and emotional ground zero. Then melody gets fragmented and we have hesitant phrases. Orchestration, we have strings with gentle harmonic support. Energy is introspective and restrained. And then melody gets a little bit warmer and we have the protective theme. Orchestration, we can hear horns and strings and they're very controlled. Energy is tender and protective, and the use of that is to feel love and responsibility. After that, we have the emotional expansion. Harmony is slowly widening and it's less dissonant. Strings, we have broader phrasing, and the energy, we can feel sadness mixed with strength. And the use of that is acceptance and beginning to form. And then texture, it's pulsing inner voices and unresolved tension. Harmony alternates between hope and grief, and energy, we have emotional instability. And the use of that is difficult decision implied. After that, we have release or letting go. They're releasing their dragons and the melody gets fuller and we have this heartfelt statement. Orchestration, we have lush strings and restrained brass. Energy, this is the emotional peak of the cue and it's cathartic at the same time. The use of that is sacrifice and love expressed fully. And then there's aftermath. Texture is with thinning orchestration. Harmony is settling toward resolution and the energy is quiet, sorrow, and we have peace emerging. And then we have gentle hope. Melody, theme returns softer and transformed. Orchestration, we can hear light strings and subtle warmth. Energy is calm but with bittersweet hope. And the use of that is just emotional future implied. At the very end, we have minimal texture with sustained ending. Harmony is clear with gentle cadence. The energy is resolved but tender, and the use of that is just closing scene. For the last score for today, I chose Once There Were Dragons, which is also the last score in the movie, and it's 5 minutes and 45 seconds long. In the opening, we have low strings, soft woodwinds with subtle percussion. Harmony is modal, slightly omnibus, and it evokes legend. Energy is quiet and reflective, and the use of that, it's just establishes the mythic world and introduces story mood. Then melody gets noble, and the lyrical theme can be heard with horns and strings. Orchestration, we have a small ensemble with gentle articulation. Energy gives us this warmth and sense of storytelling. And after that, the texture changes a little bit. We have strings, swelling, and subtle woodwind counterlines. Harmony is slowly rising with broader intervals. And the energy is growing off. And the use of that, it just illustrates scale of dragons and majestic visuals. In the orchestration, we can hear flute or clarinet motifs, and the energy is curious and whimsical. And then we have the emotional peak. We have expanded heroic motif, and the orchestration, we have full strings and soft brass support. The energy is just emotional lift, nostalgic and reverent. And the use of that is dragons remembered, emotional, and we have this emotional highlight. Then we have lower strings and subtle percussion accents. Harmony, there is tension introduced with minor modal shifts. The energy is suspenseful and foreboding. And after that, melody is returning, and we have this return of lyrical theme, and it's softened. Orchestration, we have strings, harp, and gentle woodwinds. Energy is tender but reflective. And then theme reaches full expansion. We can hear full orchestra with sustained chords and subtle percussion at the background. Energy, we have this climatic ave and noble finish. And the use of that is just visual and emotional payoff. At the very end, we have soft resolution. Texture is with thinning orchestration and delicate strings and harp. Harmony is gentle and peaceful. And the energy is calm, and we have this sincere closure. And that's how the movie ends. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment. Go check out my other social media platforms. They are all linked in the description. In the description there is also a playlist that I've made with scores from How to Train Your Dragon. There are only scores that I talked about. So if you're curious how the score sounds like in reality, because I am speeding the scores up just because of the how it's called. Okay, no matter. I'm gonna copyright. Yes, because of the copyright, which copyright in Poland is crazy, okay? So I chose the wrong thematic of my channel because I have so many problems with copyright. It's crazy. But yeah, and go check out my other videos. I am currently watching Legends of Chima from Lego. Yes. And I'm still looking for another TV show. Maybe I will find one right now. I hope so. Because I want also to watch something else. So if you have any recommendations, leave it in the comment section. I will appreciate it. And yeah, go check out my Instagram, TikTok. What else do I have? Letterboxd. Although I am not really updating it that often. But I also have TV Time, which I am updating because I'm watching so many TV shows. I need to keep track of it. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye! Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.